welcome everyone to our podcast. This is our first episode to the podcast. I'm Trixie.
I'm Tim, and welcome to, I believe, we have settled on 32 Teas. And This is a podcast, and it's basically our descent into the 30s. I hope that's the name. Yeah, we're keeping.
I thought you were gonna say descend into madness, which is quite true.
Well, it's the same thing. Your midlife crisis is as good as your madness. So yes, 32T. Welcome. Basically, what we're gonna talk about is essentially all your social wonders, encounters, any drama that we feel like bring it up, and really just go through whatever thoughts we have in a social situation, whether it involves us individually, all together, or with like our little big friend group.
Little big friend group. That's an oxymoron right there. I love that.
And also, we have amazing hot takes that mostly me, I think, where I'm just curious about a lot of things. So, and sometimes hot takes are a great way to kind of like figure out like what's the things that people consider the majority consider in one opinion, and it's nice to look at the other side of the coin and talk about it. So if you're interested in all of this is what we're going to talk today. But I think we'll start off with, I think, in my opinion, a very strange phenomenon that I have.
Yes. Which is?
Yeah, right. So, have you heard of the term, and I don't know if this is a term that everyone knows, secret friends?
Secret friends? What's that, Tim?
Okay, you don't have to sound so artificial.
I was trying to make an atmosphere, but yes. Tell us what secret friends are. What's your definition of a secret friend?
So recently, this post what I discussed with you, but also recently, you have this group of friends that you know or may not know. You were friends for X amount of times, but then suddenly nothing wrong has happened between both of you, but you essentially just disappear or distance, kind of like cull your friendship, and basically you never kind of like talk to each other ever again, or you just kind of disappear, right? And years down the road, I guess, like for my experience, it's like 8+ years. Let's put it as 8+ years. You basically suddenly meet them up, or you bump into each other, and suddenly you're like, oh shit, you're friends still. It sounds, in hindsight, now talking about it this way, it sounds like you just rekindled an old relationship. But I like to think this is like a little secret friendship that you kind of like have. You thought it was destroyed, you thought it was over because of, nothing wrong, just like distance, time, and like life goes on. Yeah. So what do you think? Is this just a thing I invented?
When you first told me about the secret friend, I did think that you are just talking like really odd, talking about this really, really, really odd concept. Like, while I understand it, I didn't really I was like, oh, okay, cool. But I don't know if it's because I'm an introvert. I don't really have a lot of friends, and the friends that I do have, I try to keep in contact with them. 2 months after you told me about that, I have a friend who had never reached out to me in probably a year, or like even many years. She suddenly reached out to me and said, hey Trixie, let's meet up. And it's not because she's getting married. It's not because, something happened. It's just like, I suddenly thought of you. I just want to like rekindle our friendship. And that's quite cool.
Secret friends right there.
Yeah. And I think one very important thing is like, these kinds of friends are the kinds where you haven't talked in a very long time. And for some reason, when you guys met again, it feels like no time has passed.
I think that's the best thing about this is like you don't really know what to expect from this like little I like to put this analogy this is the missing $5 note that you discover in your pants after like days of laundry. It's like
Oh yeah.
this wonderful surprise, you know? It's like,
Yeah, it is.
it's like a rekindling of a relationship you thought kind of just died off or kind of like just decimate itself away. And you know what? I don't know how I feel about it because it doesn't really lead to anything. Sometimes it does. But I think most of the time is you get this wonder like, oh, we're still friends. You hang out for maybe like a few minutes or like depending what's the encounter. The one I
Yeah.
had was like I think both of us were like going back home and we just happened to like meet each other. And
Oh,
we're like,
that's
oh
sweet.
my god.
It's been so long.
Yeah,
Oh
it's been
my
so
God.
long. Yeah.
How have
So
you been? Oh my God.
yeah, so all that same stuff. Well, why I
Mhm.
brought this up is because I just feel like because I have a lot of like friends that I have, and I think I told you before that I don't have long term relationships with a lot of them. It's nothing to do with anybody. It's just I think every few years your life kind of just enters a different stage,
Yeah.
and you just you color distance, and it's it's just like, oh, okay, cool, but then you kind of ponder like, yeah, if something could happen.
Right. Do you think it's also because like we are getting old? Like friendships, like the energy, don't you think so? Like the energy that you use last time to maintain friendships when you are, say, in secondary school as compared to now, is so much more. I feel like I take so much more like effort to I feel like it takes so much more effort to like keep a connection going. Whereas like last time it's just like, oh yeah, friends, like, oh cool, you are my friend, you are my friend. Let's all go out together,
I
you
don't
know?
know if it's an age thing, but I think it's how much hobbies or how much interest you both share. I think when your relationship is born out of drama, which I think some of my past friendship was, or
Mhm.
I guess is, I think when the drama kind of dies off, like then you realize like, oh, what's our relationship kind of like based off, right?
Right.
So I think it really is just the core interests or hobbies you both share. And I've seen some of my other friends who has like 10, 15 years of friendship with like one or two people.
That's me.
Yep, that's you. And that's like they are just two friends, but they kind of like the same thing. That or they happen to orbit around like the same stuff. And I think that's so cool. I wish some of my friends are like that, but
Mhm.
I think it's a me problem where I move on to stuff really fast.
No, but I think it's interesting that you said like people orbit around the same stuff because like for me, I have friends that are some of my closest group of friends. I've known them since I was 13 years old, since secondary school. And like technically I can say that I know them more than half my life at this point in time. And yeah, and I wouldn't say we are still the same. We are very different, vastly different interests and hobbies since we last, you
Right.
know, since like we knew each other. But now it's just different, I feel. Yes, it's just different. Yeah, but we still managed to like maintain our friendship, I feel, is because like you know, sentimental reasons. Like I recently came back from Korea with this group of friends
Wait,
and
sentimental reasons? What do you mean by that? Like
yeah,
you
this is what
like you're just holding a the friendship because nostalgia?
yes and no. So this is what I'm trying to say. Like I just came back from Korea with some of my friends, with this group of friend, and I think it's very, very evident for me that some of them have changed a lot to the point that yeah, I don't remember this person being like that last time. And and um yeah, we're just still friends because as we grow, we learn how to like learn how different the other person is, and then we learn how to adapt to the other person. We learn this new interest of this other person, and I think it just grows like this,
I
you
think
know.
it's cool though. I I don't know if I ever learned that lesson. or
Oh,
no. It's not a bad thing. I think it's just more of like I think the past friends I had, or at least let's call them group five of friends that I had. That was really born of like I don't sound so dramatic, but tragedy and drama. And I'm not talking about theater kids. I'm talking like actual tragedy and drama. And I think when you think about like that kind of like reason that the glue of your relationship is based on such temporary things, yeah, I guess it kind of did kind of fall over, because when I look back, I just don't have any real interest other than talk about relationships, talk about her date and my date, talk about like the things we could do as a couple.
Well, but you have interest though. Like you play magic. You like.
Oh
you
no,
like
I'm
games.
saying like our interest don't align. Like a lot of our interest don't align. A lot of our friendship was built from somebody's tragedy or someone's joy or somebody's relationship.
Ah.
Yeah.
So it's not built on the person, but it's more like the circumstances.
Yeah. And we got
Interesting.
really close. Like I think she was like my first official bestie, and it's like, woo. It's like, woo. We went through fun things, but also crazy things. If at some point I'll probably share it, but yeah, it was sad that we could not maintain that friendship once we left like the same school and we kind of like went our own career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's the one small thing. There are many things I don't regret, a lot of things, but that is like the one small thing I regret. I could not hold on to that friendship. I really liked it. We vibe so hard. She is a Aquarius. I don't know if that's saying too much, but but yeah, it was. Yeah, it's a small thing I regret.
Am I your best friend reincarnate?
I don't know. I'm still thinking. But yeah, I mean, I think at some point we need to figure out what's our friendship too, because I think you were like, I don't know if it's a horoscope thing, but I barely actually kind of like hang with you. And it's so interesting to see that our friendship kind of like blossoms somehow.
Okay. How is my friendship with our friendship different from the friendships that you usually have? Because it seems like our friendship it's very organic. And it's not because of the circumstances, but it's more like, oh yeah, I kind of really like this person, and I just really like hanging out with you.
Okay. That's a question, but I believe the answer I believe why it worked. I believe we gave each other this space, and we really allowed our open-mindedness to just explode whenever we. Because if you think about all the conversations we had, which was not a lot, if you really think about it, it's not a lot of conversations we had. Only until recently, I think. Yeah. And we talk about a lot of nonsense together. It's not a lot of times before we actually decide to do this thing together, but every time we talk, I think we never obstructed each other's opinion. We really just go ham on like anything, really.
Yeah.
And I think when I look back, that kind of like connection really allowed me to, at least I believe this is why I think I value your friendship. It's just, yeah, it was just like, it was so fun. It was really so fun to talk to you. And to me, I think if I can have that joy and fun with somebody, I have achieved a strong connection. At least my connection to you has solidified. Like, this is someone I can really enjoy talking to.
Yeah. So would you say you have made a new friend sight unseen? Like, love is blind, but this is friends are blind.
Maybe. I think so. Yeah, as we, we're not 30. We're not 30. Well, I'm not 30 yet. I will be 30 soon.
I know.
But
I am going to be 31. I'm like 30 now.
Yes,
I am. Going to be 31 in like almost exactly a month's time.
Yes. So you're hitting your podcast phase. I am allegedly starting this on the 29th year of my life. So I'm destroying the trend right now that people at their 30s get podcasts. It is, at the time recording, the year is going to end soon. We're not going to date stuff just for the sake of editing. But I think, I believe this is gonna be the first and last episode where I'll be 29.
29.
And then I will now
Yeah.
enter the... Here's the problem. If we don't release this, it's gonna look so bad when we release whatever first episode or the first few
Okay, I
episodes.
need to hydrate.
But yeah, oh my gosh. We are... I mean, that's why we're doing this, I think. I was deciding which partner to kind of like do this podcasting with.
Mhm.
And I think Trixie was the right choice. I'm
Thank
still...
you for choosing me.
Well, we still have many episodes to go. If not, I will have to replace you with another person that starts with a T, and vice versa. You might have to replace me with another person that starts with T. If not, our name will not work. Whatever we decide it is called.
But it's still tea time. It'll be tea time with oh shit. No. Oh, I saw.
Yeah. It's still gonna be... Yeah, don't worry. Oh, that or you find someone who's 30.
I know, right?
So, if people didn't know, we actually have kind of like a list of topics, and
Hello, Todd.
we were trying to figure out like when this is gonna get posted, but also when is it gonna be. And it's weird. I asked that question, and it kind of hit me that I kind of forgot what I want to talk about. Except, we did come back from a kind of like a big Christmas party.
Yeah, we did.
Kind of. I made it Christmas themed, but really it was like a few weeks before Christmas because I know people were flying and I don't want to deal with schedules.
Mm-hmm.
But it was nice to meet everybody. I actually haven't like met like a lot of the people that was there. I don't know if this is a good topic to talk about for a first episode, but I think it was fun to see everybody. I enjoyed teams.
One of your biggest talents or skills that you have, it's actually to be able to like gather people together. I think I've told you before, and I think the Christmas party is also kind of like one of those things where like, just everyone that we know coming together and then put a face to it, to the name that we have been talking about for this time. So it's really quite fun.
Oh, well, I'm glad you had fun, and I'm glad you started putting faces to names, because for me, I know I'm the one who's created the invitation list, so I guess it's fun. It's funny to hear it from that perspective.
Yeah, precisely.
But you know what else was amazing? Was hearing about people's mess and all that drama that to like caught up and everything. I guess for anonymous sake, let's not call out anybody.
No.
No, it's very important because there's a lot of things I've discovered and heard, and I thought it's fun to like talk about like hearing people's mess or catch up on people's mess, social mess, drama.
Social mess.
Drama.
Yeah.
That's what drama stands for, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, it was great. It was great. It was happy. Also, nice to see you too.
Yes, in a long time.
Yeah,
Haven't met in a
Right.
very long time.
Okay, so the first thing was, I believe the way I set up this party was like people were free to invite the plus ones.
Yeah. Do you regret?
No, actually, it's sad. A lot of people came alone
Why is that sad?
because
I'm feeling so
They-
self-conscious now.
they came alone. Those who had plus ones is because they are permanently alone.
Me.
No. So like the invitation list accounted for the plus ones. So these people who came said they were bringing a plus one suddenly came alone. And
Oh.
yeah, okay, you get it now.
That's
Yep,
what you meant. Oh my
you get it now.
God,
Yeah,
that's
you
so
get it now.
sad.
I don't know why I'm being so nonchalant about it. I'm hiding the name, so. But yeah, I was a little sad that like on this
Yeah.
happy occasion, people were breaking up.
But do you know I broke up my first boyfriend? We broke up on Valentine's Day.
You are mean. That's horrible.
He broke up with me on Valentine's Day.
Okay, he's horrible. No, yeah, I don't know. Okay, so that's the thing, right? The thing I'll talk about is like, what do you do if like people come to a festive thing, Christmas, Valentine, whatever, like a special occasion, and then they come with a sad story. Like, oh, it just feels so. It's such a conflicting emotions. You're happy they're here for the occasion, but then you feel so sad for their
I have
situation.
a feeling I know who it is.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm glad you know who it is. Don't say the
Yeah.
names.
No, I'm not gonna say the name, but I'm just saying I have a stinking feeling I kind of know who
I
you're
can tell you
talking
later
about.
off recording. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
it's like a weird bittersweet moment. You're happy to see them, but
Yeah.
ugh, it's like yeah. So there was a lot of that. Um, it was between like it's just sad days, coming alone, breaking up, people losing their jobs, or people are just like stressed. And I guess it
Yeah.
was nice. They came to the party feeling like they can have a good time. I hope they did. For those,
I hope
if
they
they
did
do listen.
too. Yeah. I hope everyone did
Yeah,
because
I
like
hope so too.
sorry, I got distracted. When we were like talking on Wednesday because we are both also in a D&D campaign together, and where you are DMing, and I really did think that I was very quiet. Apparently, people don't think I was very quiet in the Christmas party that you have hosted
Okay,
because
okay.
like yeah.
You did something I didn't realize that never happened. You created a lot of what's it called? Trauma? No, not trauma.
Bonding.
What's it called? It's like a gathering of like oh, it escapes me.
Trauma bonding.
Yeah. You created essentially like a social circle. What's it called?
Yeah, I did a therapy session.
Yeah. You created a therapy circle. You literally picked like 7-8 chairs and went to like the balcony and said, "Guys, we are now talking about my drama."
No, but to be fair, I wasn't the one who did it. I was gonna say like at first I was saying like, oh Tim, you and I, let's go to a room and then just talk about it, like catch up on what's going on and what might happen. And then one of our mutual friend, he was the one who said, okay, come, let's go to the balcony because I also want to smoke. I was like, oh. Then it became like everyone was there because I just wanted to talk to everyone that is involved to just let them know that what's gonna happen. But then our friend was just like, yeah.
Yeah, you pretty much clog up the whole smoking area because I think it was like raining too. So
Yeah, I know.
but it's funny. I think it was quite funny. I loved it. I think it was
Yeah, and I felt so bad because like there are people I actually did want to talk to him, but we are just like talking about the issue that we have faced right before Christmas or like on the day of the party, basically that happened. And then we were just like, yeah, guys, sorry guys, we have to talk about this now.
I don't say it's thematic to Christmas, but I think it was just nice to see. I think it's nice when I see strangers mingle and getting closer.
Oh,
I guess context is like I invited like 2 or 3 different friend groups. And yeah, it was just me putting in them there and like, hey, have fun together. Which, as a host, I think I did really well. Jumping
you did.
between different groups.
You did.
It was lesser groups this time, so I could actually hang out with the people I want to hang more. I think the last time I did this, there was like too many friends. There was like 5 different groups. So I was like not really sprinting, but I was like spending only like 5 minutes between different groups. So it just felt like I was like at some LinkedIn networking party.
Yeah, I felt that too.
Yeah, but this time is better. This time is way better. 3 from 5. Oh, huge difference.
Yeah, but I feel like it's also a very air sign thing of you to like kind of talk to people and then go around interacting with people and such.
Listen, if I could interact all of you at once, I would. But I am only one body, one mind.
If only you could split yourself into many parts.
I wish. But no, I think that's the point. Like I also want people to just talk about the stuff to other people that's not me. And then I come back and I hear new things. I think that's the addiction I have. It's like I really want to hear new opinions about something that has been talked to death over, which is also kind of why we're having this podcast.
Me challenging your views. Essentially.
Not really. I think I may not agree with everything, but I also like to wonder about the other side of the coin.
Ah.
For most things, I don't condone certain behavior, obviously, but it's always good to ask why first before you begin the hate train. I think that's at least how I see it.
Yep, me too. I think that's a very good point. Because like a lot of people tend to just assume. I mean, I'm also part of it.
People
but-
get angry too easily. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, but you know, how do you then navigate these kind of things? So like I know for you also use like a certain kind of matrix to also kind of like when it comes to people, how you can kind of make sure that they are not offended in a way. Can I say this?
What
So
you mean,
it's
like as if like
like-
I offend them because
no, as in like for example, like for me in some in most social situation, I would use MBTI and like horoscope to kind of like, okay, yeah, this person is this kind of person, and I don't really know this person yet, so this is how I'm gonna like tread around them for this at this point in time.
Oh, like how do I navigate what works and what doesn't work?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm so prepared to answer this because I think a lot of people have asked me these questions. I actually have like a few sets of questions I ask a person, and based on how they answer those few questions, kind of determines how open-minded they are or how like well they receive the thing.
Okay.
And each question gets a bit more unhinged because I think that's how I kind of test the waters a bit. I also need to kind of figure out whether that person is into something or not. Like, I think you can tell when a certain person isn't into, say, I don't know, like, can I say the word sex on podcasts?
Yeah, sure.
I can, right?
Can just be an explicit podcast then.
Yeah, I guess I can just blip it if we're going family friendly. Okay, no,
Yeah.
I can like it gets quite the range in terms of like some of the questions. The more they kind of pass, and that's when I can tell whether they are more comfortable with me, because I also don't want to look like I'm some weird pervert or racist.
Mhm.
But some of the questions can get a little unhinged like that, just to really kind of like pick up like signals.
Yeah.
And I weave it in conversations, so I guess I can kind of do it to you. Like I think, oh gosh, why did I put myself in the spot?
Yeah, why? I was thinking like, okay, sure. Let's hear your unhinged.
No. The first question isn't as unhinged, right? Because that's the baseline. But I think it goes along the line like, oh, what's your thoughts on like, okay.
We can move on.
I believe, my first question is like, oh, what's your standing with JC, aka Jesus Christ?
Okay.
If the person is Christian, or I assume, you know how certain race is associated to a certain religion?
Yes.
Yeah. So there's always that. So I tend to ask that, and I especially use the word JC, and then the next question from them will obviously be, "What's JC?" Or I think the common weird one is, "Oh, what do you mean, Julia? What junior college? Junior college?
Yeah, junior college.
Yeah, right." And then I'll just go like, "No, as in like Jesus Christ." Like that's how I kind of break that ice too.
Right, and those people who got it straight away are the kinds that
I don't think
Man,
anyone will
but-
get it straight away because no one
got
calls
it
Jesus
straight away.
Christ JC.
no, but the Americans do.
Oh, do they? Okay, well,
Yeah.
I don't talk to a lot of Americans. I do talk a lot to Europeans and Asians, and they always ask what JC is. I think someone said, "What are you talking about? The Jew converted?" I'm like, what?
Oh my god.
But
Converter, that's funny.
yeah, I said that person is no longer in my social circle. But yeah, so I actually kind of like start with those kind of questions, and you can kind of see like the trend of like the unhinged. Like, it will then go like, oh, okay, that's cool. If they're friends, then I immediately avoid anything that relates to religion, because
Right.
I'm such a very devoted member to the
JC.
religion class. Yeah. Listen, I always drop this like I've been cock-blocked by JC. Which
Many
is true.
times.
Which is so true. It's one of the topics we'll talk about in the future, but it's just I guess a
maybe,
mini
yeah.
teaser. Yeah, but yeah, I will then ask like, oh, do you know I got cock blocked by JC many times? And then that it's so weird So it kind of
Yeah.
breaks that ice for them because they're like, oh wait, what is he talking about? And then the reality
Yeah.
kind of hits them like, oh, he's being literal.
Ah,
And that's how you kind of tell whether or not like they're super like rigid thinking, or
religious or not. Yeah,
if they're
yeah.
doubling down on the joke, then they're like, oh, okay, haha, that's quite funny. Because I have met people who are very close to like their religion, like to like JC, and then they also joke along, and that's how I can kind of tell they're like a bit more.
Yeah. And those people who joke along probably watch the Book of Mormon, the musical.
Oh yeah, of course. Maybe,
Love that
maybe.
musical.
So yeah, but if they're a little bit more rigid, then it kind of ends there. I cannot ask the next 3 questions because I think that gets a bit. That will probably ruin our acquaintance level.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's how I navigate. I use, I guess, joke and comedy to kind of break the ice.
Humor. Okay.
Yeah, I use
cool.
humor to kind of break it, and I break the awkwardness by adding a different type of awkwardness. Confusion, I guess. You're so confused, you don't have to be awkward, right? It's like replacing the effect of being awkward with confusion,
Right.
which surprisingly is a more positive feeling, I believe, and it has been working for like 15 plus years of socializing.
Okay. I use recently my tool to actually like kind of have like an idea of how someone is actually using MBTI. My cousin taught me that because I this long story short, got sad, guy left me hanging, and then she was like, yeah, this kind of people are mostly like that, and then she was trying to use MBTI to describe the kind of person that this guy was. And I think it helped me because I'm a very, very logical person. So I was just like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess nothing much I can do. So after a while, it's just like, okay, like, is this guy, I would just look at like in my first few social interactions that there's like some things for me to kind of tell how this person is. So like, oh, do I think this person is a introvert or an extrovert, or are they a feelings-based person or thinking-based person, these kind of things. And after I kind of have my idea, I would change my interaction depending on
Right.
what I think they are.
I
And
have
I
a
think,
problem with that.
okay.
My only problem with that is people can lie.
Oh, yes. This is also what my brother said. And it is not a be all and all. It's just something that
It's a
is
guide,
easy
right?
for me to, yeah, because sometimes people
Reference
like you
sheet,
said,
reference sheet.
yeah. It's just like a easy, teaser, like
Mhm,
like a fast track way of like kind of know what's going on before you actually, go on.
I agree with you. The personality test and the horoscope. If everyone tells you the truth, that two thing is like an answer sheet to them. But I think the problem, especially in the dating scene, people are trying to either be the best of them, or they're trying to put themselves in a better impression, especially
Yes.
for like first impressions, right? I know first impression matters to people a lot. Like, it's such an understatement that everything needs to pass the first impression. Even though,
Because didn't they say like someone's impression forms within like, was it 3 seconds?
yeah. And I know a lot of people say like, oh, it's okay to bypass that, but no, that first impression will determine like how many hearts you have with that person, how many starting hearts you have with that person, and you can go negative.
That's true.
Yeah, so contrary to belief, I believe first impression is like the biggest thing. And being air signs, I think that's why we will be the rulers of the universe, because we excel at passing the first impression.
Yeah, it's true. Everyone think one good example to support that. Everyone thinks that I'm extroverted. I'm not. I'm an introvert. I'm a freaking introvert all my life. I've never ever been extroverted before.
Yeah, but you're not like a hardcore introvert, right?
Oh no, there was one point in time when I was doing my MBTI, my introversion was like 80%, almost 90%.
Yeah, but that was like years ago. Currently, I think you're like very middle, right?
I think I'm able to mask myself a lot better now. Um, because as you grow older, there's some soft skills you pick up, and I think this is one of them.
Yeah, 30 is like the important milestone in your life where you look at yourself and see how much wisdom you've collected, like a video game stats.
Yeah, I actually do really enjoy being 30 though. Like, I think it's like one of the most fulfilling phases of my life.
I don't know. I'm not there yet.
I know.
No, okay. No, I'm kidding.
We can talk about it.
Oh, when I hit 30.
Yeah.
No, okay. For me, I believe I have always had to kind of navigate a lot of like social problems and dramas. So it always felt like I had to be slightly older to navigate those maturely, I guess. Sorry, not older, but maturely. So it always feels like I missed out some of the fun things you can do when you're young. So weirdly, I'm trying to do more young things as I get old, as I get to my 30s. Yeah.
Like what?
It's like hosting a party.
Is that a young thing to do? I think
hosting parties?
Yeah.
Just to hang out. Yeah, I think it's a very 20s thing to do. I'm still 20. I think that's the important part. I still am 20.
I thought it's a very I thought it's a very like the older you get, the more you do, because I've had more like house gatherings, house parties and all these. The older I get, like the more people do all these kinds of things, the older I was.
I don't know. That's the other thing, because I came with such very high extrovert group of people, like friend groups, so we were constantly just one-upping each other, like parties, gatherings.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, it was not a competition because there was like two guys who were super rich, so it was really just more like a formality that some of us host. And I think the best part is no one cared who. Oh, no, sorry. People care who appeared, but no one cared about where the party is held, as long as like the important comedies has been met. So okay, I don't know if then it's just me getting old or not, but yeah, I've always kind of got stuck being 20s, just doing all this, and I don't know. Yeah, getting older has not changed that behavior.
Are you scared for like? Are you feeling scared to be old?
Am I scared? I'm definitely scared of getting older, and being older caused me to be less fun and creative, and that will kind of just affect my psyche, because that's mostly what I am, just a fun and creative person. So I feel like as I get older, if I lose that, it feels like I'm dying. Which I guess is part of getting old too, but it's
it is.
Yeah, I just don't lose that. Yeah, I just don't lose that. So I think, not that I purposely do this, I do enjoy doing this. I think that's something I need to be said. I do enjoy hosting. It's just that I feel like my friends and my family are all getting older, so then they're less likely to want to do this, which is the equivalent of me not wanting to do in another life. But it's just, yeah, you can't host a party and no one attends, then it's not a party. It's not an event. True. Yeah, so I think that's my worry. It's just like as I get older, everyone else around me gets older, and it's affecting the stuff I want to do, which is weird. Yeah.
But do you know, I think it's very interesting. I think you will fit in very well in the US, because no, it's true, because the people in the States, they are so creative. Like the older they get, the more creative they are, and it's so interesting. I don't know. Have you ever been to the US or like have any like interaction?
I've been with a family, but I was young and I was really just hanging out with my family. But I'm just gonna say this.
Yeah.
I believe I was born. No, I shouldn't say that. I think I will just say this. It just feels like, because I lived in like a European country.
Yeah.
I just feel that I
am born in a wrong country.
I don't say that because I do enjoy where I come from, but I just don't like our current culture, and it just feels sad that I fit in so much more better in a more westernized environment.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Cause like, yeah, that's all I can say.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we have a lot more stories to share, but we also, I think this is something we want to do as well. We do have hot takes, and I believe you have one. Yeah.
I do have a hot take today.
Yes, I am excited
And I
because
forgot what was the hot take.
you suck.
But I was remembering, like, so I have this colleague, right? I have no idea why she the nicest way I can describe her is she's like a bull, in a bull fighting ring. She
Right.
just charts ahead without thinking about people, and that is like one of my very annoying thing about people is that, like, I told her, like, okay, you might, hi friend, hi colleague, you might just wanna, like, slow down and wait for this, and not like pet peeves, yes, and not like you know, go and do it without thinking of the consequence. And then she's like, why do I have to think about other people's feelings? This is work. And I was just like, yes, but also no.
Oh.
Because it makes it so difficult to work with her.
Well, it's probably, but if she is like a bull, isn't that like also, doesn't that just makes her very predictable, which allows you to, I don't want to say manipulate her, but if she's kind of pissing you off, yeah, that, manipulate the shit out of her.
Yeah, so that's just one thing I feel is so annoying. It's like, dude, and I've spent so much time on the Teams call with her because she knew she kind of messed up with like interpersonal relationship, and I was just like giving her advice, or she asked for advice from me, and I said, yeah, maybe you do not want to actually reach out to the project manager for this one for now. We should discuss internally first before reaching out to the project manager. And she said, okay. The next minute, she sent out an email to the project manager, and I was just like, okay, why? Why am I even? Why am I doing here? Just to suffer?
It's
Yeah.
I think troublesome colleagues. That's always like, you're not friends, but you're forced to work with. You can be acquaintance, but I still don't really understand like what is the true dynamic. You're not real talking terms unless you are forced to work with each other.
Yeah.
So it's always weird to navigate how to handle like all this troublesome colleagues would be the word to use.
I use my MBTI. I think it helps. She's a ISTJ. So she is introverted. She is by the book. She's very hard to she's very hard to bend. So she's like, okay, this is what instruction says. So we must follow the instruction A, B, C, D to the T. That's how she is. And she is because she's a thinker. So she doesn't know how to read the room, which is, again, doesn't help anyone. And she has very, very strong opinions on things. So it's just like a disaster, a recipe for disaster, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like some people, I'm a strong believer of this. I mean, this could be the hot take too. I think people purposely be annoying so they feel they don't get the attention they need. You know how some people behave, the way the way this colleague behaves, because they know, like, if you dislike them just at the right amount, you will never really approach them. You'll never get them. Basically, they don't get bothered by you or the bosses, but they are not at the point where they're worth firing. Yeah, I'm a strong believer. It's all a scheme.
They think they're all so good, right? And then once they're passed for promotion, they get so salty because they're like, yeah, why am we not promoted? And it's just like, yeah, because you're not a team player. That's all.
So my theory, my tinfoil hat is on right now. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
it's a
yeah.
scheme. I think they told themselves, I hate this job, or I just hate the environment. I'm just gonna be this difficult so that they never really bother me. I will get a few glares, but who cares? Because they're never really gonna deal with me. And when they clog out, they just shelve that life away because they don't want to bring it back. Like I've seen people like talk about how they just shelve something they don't like, and it's
Yeah.
almost like compartmentalizing.
Avoidant attachment.
Yeah.
I am very avoidant attachment.
So it's a scheme. I'm telling you, it's all a scheme, and they're getting away with it.
Then we should stop these people from the scheming.
Nah, I don't care. I think that's the other thing too.
Okay.
Like I don't like the scheme benefits them, and to partake or to be part of their awful schemes is to kind of like play the plan. And it just
I was gonna rage bait you and you didn't take the bait, so I'm like,
oh no, I don't think it's that easy to rage bait me. Okay,
yeah, you rage bait people.
I do. The rage bait is actually one of the few things I test on people too. If whether or not how I can actually kind of socially handle them.
Remember how there's one time you were trying to rage bait someone and then you were saying like, oh, I think cheating is acceptable, and then that person was just like, no, cheating is never acceptable.
That immediately allowed me to be like, okay, I cannot kind of like it kind of set the tone of how I can. What kind of things I can talk to with that person?
Right.
Realistically. Okay. Technically we did a hot take, but I thought we can do one more because I just remembered something. I had a conversation with my significant other.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm sorry, not my significant other. It's one of my closer friends. My top 10 friends. Don't worry. Okay.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be worried about.
No, don't worry. Okay, so basically my hot take is being low maintenance often means your needs is you need to be ignored. I am a firm believer this might be a case.
My needs to be ignored.
Your needs no. So being low maintenance just means one of your needs in your relationship is to be ignored, like to be left alone.
Oh,
yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't think so because I think I'm quite low maintenance, and I don't think my needs are ignored because I'm only low maintenance because I'm very independent. But there are people who are low maintenance and they ignore their needs, and I think these two are very, very different groups of people. I am the kind where, okay, yeah, I don't need this from you at this point in time. So that's why I'm low maintenance, because I can find it elsewhere. But if there's something that I need from you, I'm going to vocalize and I'm going to tell you that, hey, you're not meeting my needs. So, for example, one of my exes, he is always away and not there. You know, he prefers hanging out with his friends in uni. And even when I go all the way down to his school, he just doesn't want to meet me. So then I will just tell him like, yeah, dude, I want to spend more time with you because my love language is quality time, and then you're not meeting my needs. And then he's like, yeah, but you're too clingy.
You're too what?
Yeah, but too clingy. I'm like, yeah, but why do we have to spend so much time together? Like, we have our own lives. I'm like, then why are we dating for? We are only meeting once a month. Our official dates are like once a month. Like,
that's so sad though.
Yeah. So me being low maintenance, are my needs not being met? Not exactly, because I think one thing that these low maintenance people needs to do most time is actually to voice out. While there are people that are low maintenance and forgo their needs. One of them I can think of is my mom, who will always put other people's first and then not themselves. And those people, we'll
get back to that because I recently found out that is actually not low maintenance. Like trying to people please, yeah. But I don't know, because for me it feels like society has kind of like praised low maintenance partners or friends as like people who, like you said, right? Oh, very self-independent. But I thought about it and I'm like, no, because a lot of these people sometimes just have lived their life to kind of like just not ask for much. Like they don't expect much.
Me.
And I don't know, like, and I don't know if like that is that's the bad part of being low maintenance. It's like you just don't want anything, or you expect. I don't say you expect the worst. I think you just expect nothing in return.
I feel like this is a bit of avoidant attachment, which I have. Because when I was young, well, this is a bit of a childhood trauma already, but because when I was young, I am the oldest kid, and my mom says it's because I am not, I'm the favorite child, so that's why, she favors my brother over me, and it's okay. I mean, it's her reason, and you know, it is what it is. But that became for me that I don't depend on anyone on anything, because every time I had expectations, it is always not met, or I'm always disappointed by it. So yeah, so I agree in some way that my independent streak that I have is definitely because when I was young, my parents didn't really, prioritize me. And then every time I asked something of them, another thing I can remember is when every time I asked my dad to like bring me somewhere, he said he will, and then end up he doesn't. So every time I agree to participate in something with my teachers, my dad said, yeah, I can bring you over there, tell me what time and when do you need to reach. And every time on the day itself, he will just be like, yeah, I can't, I'm busy.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if I agree with you entirely about like the whole, like, even with your example, but I'm just trying to navigate the whole dealing with low maintenance people, because I've been meeting a lot recently.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know. It just feels like they're just basically saying I'm low maintenance because they just don't want me to talk to them, or they don't want me to, not me in general, but I think they just don't want to be interacted. And I'm figuring out that maybe low maintenance don't always mean the good thing, because being independent doesn't actually mean you're low maintenance. It just means you know when you need something, and you know when you can settle it yourself. I mean,
Yes.
it's a definition of independence anyway, right? So,
but I agree with you in a sense that when it comes to relationship, right? I know I'm very independent, but when it comes to relationship, I will, well, part of like all these things, I cannot speak for your friend, but for me, part of the reason why I'm also so independent is also because I wanted control. I want to control it in a lot of aspects in my life. And the only person I can trust is myself. Again, speaking to my avoidant attachment tendency. but it's just how it is. And because, like I said, when I was child, I have to depend on myself for everything so that I don't get disappointed. But also, what I realized, as I've grown older, I've learned how to relinquish control in a sense whereby, like, my boyfriend, it's so nice, and then I know that he's trying to help me, like, for example, help me carry my cup, help me carry my book. I can do it myself, but I'm not going to do it because it makes him feel good to help me.
Okay,
Is it an ego
I have
issue?
a work around that, by the way, because
Maybe not.
I know it bugs. Okay, if it's not clear, I think I have a weird preference for independent women for some reason. Like, that's a trend.
Yeah.
So I know the reaction to the exact question you just gave, the example, like the whole, like, carrying your bag, carrying your thing.
Well, if you remember that time when we went for lunch and then you helped me hold my cup and I looked at you weird, and I was just like, yeah, okay.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you did. But I bought coffee, remember? You kind of like convinced me to buy coffee and bubble tea.
Listen, I don't want to see people struggle.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So, like, you helped me hold my cup, and I just looked at you like I was gonna tell you, like, no, it's okay, I can take it myself. But I knew that you were being nice. You didn't want to see me struggle. And it's not very nice to kind of like not recognize.
Well, I
that
made it easier for you too. I walked away.
No, because what I would have done maybe 20 years ago, I would have just insisted and just I would have just taken it back. I would not have let anyone help me. That's how it is.
It's fine. Yeah, Aaron, and you know what? Okay, I will say this. I don't think being independent is low maintenance, but I think I'm starting to not like low maintenance as a like what do you call it? As a positive term. I don't think it's always positive when people say it. It's just society. It's just a very society thing to like say like, oh, being low maintenance is good, especially for guys. You know how they exaggerate like, oh, girls are a bit. Having a girl who's low maintenance is good. I'm like, yeah, but the other flip side is they just don't communicate, or they don't. No, okay, saying they don't communicate is wrong, but they just don't express as much, or they just don't expect much, and it's so annoying to not want to expect anything.
I think it's very interesting that you say this, because I recently had to rewire my brain on this, because I've
being low maintenance.
Yeah, because I've seen a reel on Instagram, right? And it says like, oh yeah, this girl basically saying that like, yeah, if your parents, if your dad ever teach you to, or your boyfriend or anyone, your partner says that you shouldn't be low maintenance, or you should be more than you should be more low maintenance, you shouldn't ask for so much. That guy, he's not a man, because a real man will want to take care of their of their family, and it's like they have the tendency to protect. And if you want your partner that you're supposed to protect to do everything yourself, that means it just shows that you don't have the ability to do that. That's why you demand that of them.
All these labels are so annoying. Not gonna lie.
That is very true. And then now, so because of that, I have been more willing to let people, or rather now, if I date, to let my partner to do things for me.
Because no, that's good. Like, I think that's good. I feel like if they want to help, just let them help. Like, who cares?
Yeah. And
no one's going to take your power away from you.
Yeah.
Which I've heard, by the way, that excused we no longer see each other as anything at all. But I think she dropped that line on me before. What was it? I offered to carry like her art canvas thing, like the tube, because she's trying to like struggling, because she's trying to untangle like her headset and everything, and then she just looks at me like, oh, can you like not take that? I get it, you're trying to help, but don't take my power away from me. I heard that. I was like,
I think those people are also control freak. Now on hindsight, because I was a control freak, I wanted like everything by myself, because I know that the only variable that I can if I do everything myself, the only variable is me. So those people who are not willing to involve people in their lives, or not willing to let people help them, are usually control freaks, and they probably have something in their life that they don't have much control of.
Here's my hot take 2.1. Yeah. Who cares? Like, I know the control freak is a trend, but it's like, maybe because I'm never one, so I can't relate. Maybe that's why it's a hot take. I think it's a little hot take, but it's like in the grand scheme of things, it's just one person helping you. Like, why is it such a variable that needs to go against your grand plan?
Yeah, because I know, like, for example, I know people in my life, very, very close people in my life, like, they growing up, they got like essayed by their foster family that was supposed to take care of them. So because of that, they were very, very traumatized, and they grew up in poverty, don't really have much things. So it became that they are very, very obsessive with control, because when they were young, they couldn't control their environment, but now they can. So the older they are, the more independent they are, because they want to control the environment that they used to not be able to control.
But I feel like the more you take control, the more you lose, because it's just...
Yes, agree. I agree.
Yeah, it's not like a thing you notice, but it's just like I think the more
Mhm.
you try to control it, ironically, the more you will lose eventually because of just the way I guess the environment and society works. But oh well,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, my initial hot take is basically like low maintenance. I think it's like I think it's as bad as saying someone's high maintenance. If anything, I think high maintenance has a slightly better thing because it's people are already used to high maintenance being a bad thing and they figure out solutions for it. I think people haven't found a solution for low maintenance behavior or using it as an excuse to like justify like some of their weird behaviors like being ignored, being alone,
Mhm.
what they call it, separation anxiety. Is that the
Mhm.
one? Yeah, I think so. Maybe. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
We talk.
yeah,
So,
double
are you
take.
gonna talk to your friend about this, or what was the conclusion with your friend?
About what? The low maintenance thing?
Yeah, the independence.
Oh,
and
oh,
the
right.
maintenance.
I guess I can conclude that story. No, I think we had like a weird, I wouldn't say a fight. It was just like a weird heated debate about
Right.
like why I feel like being ignored is a bad thing. And I think this is gonna come to no surprise to you, but you know, for our listeners, it's the first time they're hearing me. I hate silence, like when it comes to social settings.
Yeah,
So
you do.
yeah, so it's like I cannot stand that. This could be the hot take for other people. I know a lot of people love silence. I have yet to find anyone who is like me who cannot like bear like
I
that weird.
know. It's my cousin. My cousin hates silence, and
Oh yeah,
she
okay
hates
then.
it so much to the point that when she was younger,
Mhm.
and she's like she need to go therapy to do this up. But then when she was younger, right, like she couldn't even go to like shower herself. So like her brother, my other cousin, had to stand outside the toilet door and keep talking to her.
Oh,
Yeah, because she cannot take silence.
okay.
And
I'm pretty bad as well. It's just that I use my creative outlet to deal with that. So toilet time is basically my creative time. And because I'm a DM, it also sometimes it becomes my little sound booth of testing things.
okay,
So
cute.
that's how I alleviate the silence. I can never silent in shower unless it's really late or it's very like, especially when I was like using like public or shared bathroom. And when
Yeah.
I know it's very late, I will unfortunately have to like put myself in a creative thing and just kind of make the sound in my head.
Mhm.
But yeah, I can never like just shower in silence. I think I go mad. The recent thing I adopted, which is a little annoying, I have to bring my speaker when I.
Oh my god, my cousin does the same.
Yeah, I have to
I
bring my
was gonna ask
speaker
you.
to the bathroom because I rather have music running because I realize, like, oh, it's just.
That's what she did.
Yeah.
My cousin, that's what she did. So the next question actually I was gonna ask you is that do you like listen to music or watch shows during in your shower because it's
No.
a way to counter the shower.
I cannot
the
watch shows
silence.
because I can't see because I wear glasses. That's probably the only reason.
Right.
If I could, I think there was a few times I ran podcasts, but I think because how loud some of the showers are, you can't really hear certain people speak,
Yes.
and then you just end up kind of rewind, and then I just find that more annoying because your hands
Yeah.
are wet and everything. So I think music is one of the best solution. It's also how I kind of catch up on the figure like what's a good song for like some of our combat stuff, for like our D&D stuff. So using time efficiently, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I cannot stand silence in a social situation, and I think that was how that argument ended. It's just I think I told her like the reason why I find it annoying is because like I'm a person who just wants to like engage with you because I'm having a social interaction with you, and if
Yeah.
you respond with a low maintenance saying you want to be ignored or you want to be silenced, and that's a good thing, I'm like, no, screw you. That's horrible.
Right.
I think that's
Okay.
how it's ended or how it started. Sorry, how it started, and then it went on. I think it went on for like a solid half an hour.
Wow, okay.
because we're eating, but we did not stop talking while eating, which is ironic coming from her, I guess. But anyway, we're hitting the time now. So, oh my gosh, what am I blanking on it? Okay, sorry, this will get cut out. Don't worry. But yes, thank you for listening. I believe we'll post this in every podcast streaming service out there.
Are we?
Probably. It's the whole shebang package, right? I'm sure.
Oh,
I can say
okay.
this because I don't have to deal with this.
Yeah, I do.
Now, before you white knights save Trixie, I do the other half, the tech, the editing,
It's,
and the art stuff. So
you
before
do
you
like the 80% half.
no, we're gonna do 50 because marketing everything is no joke. So I'm gonna leave that to Trixie. Before you draw your swords, your white knights, it's an equal share of work, I believe.
No, but I thought you want me to be more dependent.
I'm already independent. See, I'm
No,
sharing.
you want me to be more me.
I'm sharing my workload with you.
I am supposed to be more dependent on you. I think that's what I got from the conversation.
No. Don't use auto. Anyway, thank you for listening. You can catch us on all the podcast streaming service. I hope. Trixie, yep. And remember to just like this.
Spotify first.
Yep, like this, comment. Oh, if you have any hot takes, and I guess structure it in a way from your perspective.
Yeah.
I would love to
Rage
talk about
bait
it
us.
too.
Rage bait us, man. Rage bait us.
Rage bait is
We'll
one
talk.
thing, but I feel like if you think there's a minority opinion about anything, I'm willing to explore that too. So give us your best hot takes.
The tea to us.
Oh yes,
Spill
and
us
any drama. If you have any problems or how to navigate a social, I think we would love to talk about it too. I think that's great. Yeah. Oh, we're setting everybody up. I think that's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Well, that was
Thank
that's
you all
30.
for joining.
Oh my god! You know, I just realized we should have structured where we record this and it's 32 minutes always.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
No, but no, I can't. I want to talk more. So
you can edit it until it's 32 minutes.
oh, then we cut it half and it's like
Part one,
part two, and it's 32 minutes. No, that's too much work for me. No, I'm the editor. No.
So thank you everyone for joining us. It's been a pleasure. This is our first episode and I hope you enjoy what we are talking about. It's just a very silly podcast that organically appeared between two very talkative friends.
You don't have to explain them. Just tell them it was all an amazing way to spend our 30 years alive.
To spend our 30, yeah. What
right.
he said.
Good night, good day, listeners. And thank you for listening.
And remember to like, follow, and subscribe. Bye!